Okay, we just wanted to give you guys a brief update on where we stand. So in one of the last videos that we shot and we put up, we identified, we'll call it a few flaws. Remember, a lot of this is still R&D. We discovered a few flaws with the epoxy compound, only installing it on one side of the glides. Really, we needed to do it to both sides. I'm going to show you what I've basically spent 13 hours today doing here in a few moments. We also came through, as you can see, we ended up cutting the PVC couplings to expedite the removal of the GW&C cable to put the Southwire cable in and out. What we're actually going to do, I'll show you the glides in a moment, but we're actually going to, hopefully tomorrow and tomorrow night, we're going to do our installs again. I'm going to show you here in a few moments. We got our cable glides rope refabricated with the additional length, so we should be able to pull the entire length of the run and be able to take the Southwire general wiring cable out of the equation. We also have our Cable Glydz product line that was for the GW&C cable for the staging area. The install on the test bed, we got that done as well. So we got to get this button back up, get the Cable Glydz reinstalled. So I'm going to show you something. You know, oftentimes people wonder why it takes so long for me to put a video together or to get a video posted. And people think, I think sometimes people just think I'm trying to blow them off. But as many of you know, right down the street, we're running an extremely large project for a client I cannot state. And so we're working 10 to 12 hours a day there. And then we come burn the midnight oil here just to get everything prepped and ready so that when we get to the weekends, we can do our installs, our test bed trials to get everything prepped. So just as an example, so here's the Cable Glydz, the bucket of glides that we got done with the second application of the epoxy. Each one of these glides, from the time we put the epoxy in, we let it set up until it hardens so that we can move it. That whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes per glide, probably closer to the latter, 10 minutes. So basically we've got 35, 40 glides in the bucket, 35 to 37 glides hanging up here. So if you do the math, that's about 12 hours of application time to put these back together to install the epoxy on both sides. A future iteration of the Cable Glydz product line, we won't need this anymore. There's actually a design in works that would allow us to be able to slip the rope through the glides, and then we actually have strain relief that would actually come in, clamp down on the cable, snap into the glide, or the rope I should say, that would eliminate this entire process. Plus we wouldn't have to deal with the epoxy compound and the length of time it takes to install. So just kind of wanted to give you guys an update. This is just another, you know, this is part of the process. But what is nice to know is that now that those are complete, we're going to be able to come in, we're going to remove the Southwire rope. What we're actually going to do is we're going to take this entire installation and we're going to move it back. We're going to take that table out of the way that's for our prefab shop. We're going to take it back. We're going to move this entire, the tugger and the tensiometer, we're going to move it back about 15 to 20 feet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and tie the Southwire rope just so that we can still read what our pull force is. We'll run the Southwire rope through there, and then we will tie it to the Cable Glydz product line. And because obviously the Cable Glydz product line is not designed to go through the tensiometer or around the capstan, we're just going to have to continue to half hitch it about every 10 to 15 feet, pull our product line out, move the half hitch, pull it out again. But what we're really hoping to see is at the end of the day that we can take the Southwire pull force or the tension on the rope out and reduce that completely with our product line, therefore getting the pull forces that we saw before down low enough that we can get even more than 50% below what Southwire calculated. And then what we're going to do is, once we get that in, hopefully tomorrow night, then we're going to get it pulled back out then we're going to do the south wire install. And the reason that we're doing our test bed trial with the GW&C and the Cable Glydz product line before south wire is because, as I mentioned before, I don't honestly think it's going to go in around all 890s. If it does, candidly speaking, I'll be very surprised. And I will give props to south wire if it actually goes through. So that south wire has not been installed yet. So there has been no abrasion, no removal of the Silicore infused technology, the Simple technology in the jacket. So we'll be very interesting to see how it stacks up with the south wire rope and the south wire 750, the Simple medium voltage cable. So for now, that's where we stand. We'll get this video posted as soon as we get home. It's kind of late right now, but I'll get that up, and then there will be hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4 more videos that are uploaded in the next 2 days. The pre-install video on our 750, the install videos from our 750, then the pre-install on the Southwire 750, and then the install of the Southwire 750. So stay tuned, more to come. Appreciate your support and the questions, the emails, the text messages that we get routinely asking ongoing questions about how and what we're able to do to achieve this level of pull force in relationship to what other pull calcs claim to do. So sorry, I'm muttering a little bit there, a little bit tired. But anyway, that'll do it for today. We'll be back shortly. Bye.